Vayni l'chayim, melech u'vayt l'chayim, v'chos vayni b'sayfer ha'chayim, oy lemanchu l'gihim chayim, oy lemanchu l'gihim chayim.
Shalom Aleichem and welcome to Online Smicha. Today we'll discuss the halacha in this week's Parsha, Parshas Korach. In the Parsha of Korach, we read about not gewunschene story of Korach disputing and fighting Rachmana litzlan with Moshe Rabbeinu and the punishment that he gets. But in Perek Tazayim Pasuk Chaf, V'yidaber Hashem al Moshe v'el Aaron Lamer, Hibadlu mitoich ha'eda ha'zois v'achala oisem karaga. Hashem says, move away, separate yourself from this group of people, from this community. V'achala oisem karaga. God forbid, I will punish them. Now, the word, the title Eda, as a community, as a group, the chashivas of the Eda, how many people it is already mentioned before in Parshas Shlach. In Parshas Shlach is again when the Eibishter asks, and Moshe sends 12 Meraglim. So over there the Meraglim came back also with a report that wasn't as expected. So V'yidaber Hashem al Moshe v'el Aaron Lamer, over there in Parshas Shlach, Hashem says to Moshe and Aaron, Ad Mosai le'eda ha'roya hazois. How long is this group of people going to continue with their bad ways? And the pasuk goes on to say their punishment and for what they did. But again, we find Eda, that the term, the group called Eda, is even in not so much as a story at the amount of people that Korach had with him, even the Meraglim, the story with the Meraglim. Now, it is commonly believed, and that's what the Chazal say, that this is one of the sources that tell us that the Eda ain't Eda pchusa me'asara. That to make up the title, the group, the value of a group of Eda, you need 10 people. And that is why for Davar Shebekadusha, anytime you have to say Kadosh Baruch, the minimum is 10 people. So I'm going to discuss some of the issues with the 10 people. Number one, the Yerushalmi brings a machlekes between Rabbi Akiva and Rabbi Yossi, how many Meraglim there really were. One opinion holds there were 12 Meraglim. Another opinion holds there are actually 24 Meraglim. Rabbi Akiva holds that there are 24 Meraglim. So if the Eda over there at Masai LaEda Hara Azois, it's not 10 people. The Cheshbon of 10, it was 12 Meraglim. Yeshua and Kalev were the good ones, so you're left with 10. But if they started off as 24, as Rabbi Akiva holds, perhaps it's 20 people make up a minyan. And then there is the long arichas that the Rebbe speaks about in the Sichos from the Poskim. Also, why is it that the concept that you need a minyan for a Davar Shebekadusha, you learn out from bad, negative stories, from Meraglim. And when he's actually rebuking them for what he's doing, Masai LaEda Hara Azois is about to give him a punishment. So other Mefarshim try to connect it, to bring a raya from Achei Yosef. The Achei Yosef were 10 people. But over there we don't find 10, the title Eda when the Torah speaks about the Achei Yosef. What comes out of halacha is that 10 people make up a minyan. 10 people are Eda. But what's beautiful is you don't have to go with a magnifying glass and see how frum those 10 people are. The 10 people, the Meraglim, weren't, at this point, they were not the great tzaddikim. The Eda of Korach weren't the greatest people. It is the amount of people, it's the number 10. Akol be'asara shchinta sharia. No matter who you are. And this actually answers a question. Because the Sfas Emes on the Mishnah on Avis asks a question. He says, how could you prove anything? That a minyan is 10 people from the Eda that the Torah tells us. Perhaps the Eda the Torah tells us is 10 people because they were Rishayim. But if you're not dealing with Rishayim, maybe a minyan could be made up with 5 people. Because Meruba Mida Taiva Midas Puranius. And the answer which is brought in Svarim is it's not who you are, what you are. It's the Kol Bei Asara. Tzadikim Beinim or Rishayim make up this quality of the minyan. Now, there is actually another nice vart. I heard of a story that once the Brisker Rav came to a place and he needed a minyan. And they found 9 people, and the 10th one walked in, and somebody says to him, says to the Brisker Rav, I think it was the Brisker Rav, could we use this person who doesn't seem to look like a from Jew? Possibly he's even a Machal Shabbos. Could we use him as a minyan? And the Brisker Rav stops and thinks, and he says, you know what? By Meiser, the pasuk says, Ha'asiri yeh kodesh. Number 10 is holy. What's the next words? Lo yevaker ben toiv l'ra. No matter if it's toiv l'ra. The 10 people that are sitting together, the 10 akol beis asara, that the Shechina Sharia is even if the person is not perfect. Even if the person just is a Yid, Asher b'Shem Yisrael Yechuna, he could make up this title of a Eda, and we could use it. You could use him as part of the minyan to be mitzaref for Chol Davar Shebegedusha for Kadosh Baruch Hu. And Taka the Beis Yosef in Siman Nun Hey Noyer Chaim says, Adam Shu Avarian Rachman al-Tzlan, a person who's over in mitzvahs, he doesn't do Torah mitzvahs, he could be Nimna L'Minyan Asara. He could be counted as part of the minyan, and it's Nifsek L'Halacha in Shulchan Aruch. And they say that the proof for that is the Meraglim, that they're Eidah and they're considered an Eidah even though they were Rishayim. The Kaf HaChaim goes as far as saying, even if this person is a Eiver Avedas Lahachis, despiteful, he knows that you're not allowed to. But guess what? Korach did it Lahachis, and you still see the title Eidah. So anybody, as long as he is a Yid, he could be part of the minyan. Rav Moshe Feinstein, I'm going to say the Makar, so for those who want to check. Chelik Aleph, Igros Moshe, Chelik Aleph, Siman Chav Gimel, Erechaim, says that since we learn the din of minyan, we learn from Meraglim, Im Kain, Gam Kain Mechalei Shabbos Befar Hesya, Yecholim Le'etztaref. You could even be Metztaref and Mechalel Shabbos Befar Hesya as part of the minyan. Yeshikoyach, and please join us again next week.